pleasure. I love young people, and so anytime I get the opportunity to talk to young people, I don't miss it at all. I prepared to talk to young people in our university. So if you are not a young person, you have two choices. Pass it on to somebody, a younger person that you are going to meet. I think that's a good choice. And so I'm speaking primarily to the young people here who want to find space within the energy industry. The theme for this session, this third edition, is Energy Innovations and Emerging Technologies. Find your place. Find your place. Prof, thank you for the welcome and for the partnership. This is very important. Shaping the minds of our young, I won't say generation, but the next leaders of Ghana, so that they can better do the job. Thank you very much. And then to my twin sister, Leslie, thanks for this initiative. This is what we need. Small, we change Ghana, one young person at a time. And for underwriting some of these great initiatives. Ladies and gentlemen, as I said, my audience is primarily the young people. But let me give you a context, and I'm speaking on find your place. Find your place. Let me give you a context. Every year, they claim that Africa produces 11 million young people who are looking for jobs every year. And of these 11 million, we are able to create only 3 million jobs. So there are 8 million young people looking for jobs in Africa. So when Leslie says find your place, she means it. Are you in the 3 million or you are in the 11 million? In Ghana, just this year, we registered 122,000 people for national service. This means these are the fresh graduates who are in the system. 122,000. Now, our formal sector is only able to employ 25,000. So you need to make the calculations. There would be some, almost 100,000, 90-something thousand, that will have to find space in the other sectors of the economy. And so when the theme says find your place, really you must find your place. Because you are going to compete with about 98,000 young graduates for the small formal jobs that are in the economy. Now, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Now, when we say emerging technologies, listen to this. 50% of all the subject knowledge that is acquired in first year of a 4-year degree program, by the time you reach your 4th year, 50% of the knowledge that you acquired in the first year is obsolete. Because of new knowledge, because of new research, and because of innovation. So once again, when we say find your place, it means you must do more than just going through the normal regime of hostel to lecture room to library to bush canteen. That's the normal regime for the average university student. Now, you must find your place because things are changing so fast. Now, look at this one. 65% of children that are entering primary school will end up in jobs. By the time they come out of university, they will end up in jobs that have not yet been invented. 65% is 6 out of 10 of our primary 1 students today. By the time they are ready and entering the job market after 18 years of schooling or 15 years of schooling, the jobs that they were taught don't exist yet. But yet they are in school. So that's the context, ladies and gentlemen, within which we are tackling this thing. Now, for the lucky ones amongst you who are going to get a job, look at these statistics. Currently, as we speak, the data suggests that a 4-year university education in Ghana costs the average young person 37,000 Ghana cedis. In 4 years. all the momo money you are taking from your parents, some of you doing side hustles and others, 37,000. Now, let's assume you get a job. Your first salary is 2,300. Now, even if you decide to save half of 2,300 from your first job, it will take you 2 years and 7 months to be able to break even and now start life. That is even if you save half of that money. You and I know that most young people can't save half of that money. You are lucky if you can even save 10%. So the issues are serious. And it saddens me when opportunities like this have been created for you to come and sharpen your saw, and young people just basically play with it. Look at the number in this room. Are they paying for this event? Are you charging gate fee? Yeah, but let Shatawale charge gate fee, and you see the number of people who will go. So when we say find your place, it's a serious matter. This is our life. This is the Ghana, as somebody will say, in which we live in it. And so, my dear young people, you need to be wild. This normal thinking, normal behavior, normal lifestyle is not going to take you anywhere. You are a university student or you just completed school. You are told that there's an energy seminar which will help prepare you for probably the next 30 years if you are going to be active. And people decide I have better things to do. All right, so I'm just going to give you 3 things. Three. What should you do to find your place? Just 3, and then I'm done. So I'll give you the contest. You must find your place. How do you find your place? Now, I read a book a few years ago by an American author called Michael Ohene Effah. And he says that there are only 3 things you need to do in this world to succeed. So we are talking about finding your place. Only 3 things. And he says if you do that, you should succeed, all things being equal. Of course, in Africa, there are other factors. You all understand what I mean by the other factors. The forces in our hometowns have to be accounted for. And if you don't have a prophet or somebody to help you pray, then you are in trouble. All right, so in finding your place, what are the 3 things that I urge you or encourage you to do? Ladies and gentlemen, I started work in 1995 in a small advertising agency in Adabraka. And since then, by the grace of God, I've worked continuously till I left formal employment and founded Leadafrique 9 years ago. So what have I observed, what have I learned, and what have I experienced? I'm sharing that with you under the 3 things that Michael Ohene Effah suggests. Number 1, mindset. Mindset. You want to find your space within the industry or whatever industry you find yourself. He suggests mindset. Mindset is our attitude. Our attitude. The spectacle. I haven't eaten much today, so forgive me. The spectacles. Yes, that's the word. Spectacles. The spectacles through which you see the world. How you view things. That's your mindset. And so, as you can see, it's a war out there when only 25,000 people will find job in the formal sector. You don't have to play. Your mindset must be somebody who is going to fight. Because if you don't have that mindset, you'll be edged out by the competition. And so you need to have the mindset of a fighter, somebody going to a wrestle match. You either kill or you'll be killed. That's the mindset you must have as a young person. And so this normal life of we go for lecture, then we come home, listen to some music, watch some movie, then the next day we go for lecture, then we come, and then before you realize 13 weeks has come, 1 semester has ended, and then you go for break, you eat, you watch a Nigerian movie and South Korean opera, then vacation has ended, then you go to school again, and Charlie, what will be the latest move? And you are collecting move, and then you say you finish first year. That's our life, isn't it? How many of you have experienced that? And I used to do that when I was in school. So I'm not chastising you. I didn't know any better. That was my life as well. Looking for the best gobe joint with serious zombie. And that research, you will do it better than you going to find the definition of something the lecturer has shown you. That's what we all did when we were young people. All right, so have the mindset of a fighter. You must be hungry for success. I think that a lot of our young people are not hungry enough. We've spoon-fed, this current generation have been spoon-fed for too long. And you need to know that there's a certain limit as to when your uncles and mummies and daddies can hold you. There are times you have to take your destiny, take the bull by the horn, and fight for your space. And so everything mommy won't cut it in the corporate world. So in my office, nobody calls me daddy or mommy. Because when they say mommy, then they expect you to be solving their problems for them as a mommy does. So be hungry for success. To get my first job, 1995, I called my boss twice a day for 3 days to get an interview. And I'm talking 1995, not today. Those days, there were only communication centers. And the nearest communication center was like from here to Melcombe. So I had to walk. You go there, you write your number, they will dial, and then they tell you booth 2. Then you go and take your call in booth 2. Then I'll call the man and say, young man, he said, sir, I'm the one who brought my application. He said, oh, I'm busy now. Call me at 6 p.m. I'll go home at 6 p.m., go back to the communication center. I did that for 3 days before he said, come and see me on Wednesday at 1 p.m. So be hungry for success. Today, they will send you a WhatsApp. Hello, sir. If you don't respond, end of story, end of communication. They don't follow up again. They move on to the next event. Fight and find your space. Now, the story is told of a job interview. This is a real story. It happened at Vodafone years ago. Now, these were fresh graduates that had come in, so they made them write aptitude tests, all those tests, and they gave them numbers. And so you were waiting for your number to be called so that you are interviewed. And then they call them management trainees. You came in with any degree, and then they train you, and you find your space in the industry. So this young man is giving number 57. Now you can imagine if interviewers sit down and interview people, 57 people. So do you know what he did? He barged into the interview room and said, greetings, interviewers, ladies and gentlemen. Please, I'm number 57. Don't make a decision until you have interviewed me. And then he left. That's what fighters do. Now imagine what the interviewers were waiting for. Yes. So the normal thing is that, oh, I'm number 57. I'm waiting for me to be called. That's normal, isn't it? But this guy with an attitude of a fighter and somebody who is hungry for success did the abnormal. And that's all he did. That showed the people that he was hungry for success. So now they were hurrying up, waiting to listen to number 57. And your guess is as good as mine. He's the one they picked. They picked only 12 people from 1-something people. So have that attitude that I'm not going to give up that easily. Yes, I may not have started life from the top. I may not have. Even if you start life from the top, you need to maintain it. So that's the mindset you need to have. I call it resilient success mindset. Number 2, Michael Ohene Effah says mechanism. So number 1 is mindset, attitude. Number 2 is mechanism. Now he says that you need to have a know-how, a technical expertise in life. Know-how, mechanism, technical expertise. I'm a trainer and a consultant. That's my mechanism. Somebody is an energy expert. Somebody is that. So what's your mechanism? What's your technical expertise? I encourage you to have a career plan. If you don't have one, develop one now, today, tonight. Have a career plan. What do you want to do? How are you going to get there? Who is going to help you to get there? What will you do to get there? Develop a career plan tonight as an assignment. And then you need to have a distinctive competency in whatever. We say that these are emerging technologies. What do you want to do in the industry? You see, you must be known for something. What I have seen in the corporate world is that companies don't like general people. Companies want people who can offer something. So what is that something that you are bringing to the company, to the table? Find your distinctive competency. You are an engineer, yes, but you are also very good with Excel and spreadsheets. And so you have added something extra to your certificate. And so please, look at the industry, find your space within the industry, and then within the industry, add some extra value to yourself. If you talk to all the employers here, they are not looking for normal people to work with. They are all looking for that extra that you bring to the table. What is that extra? I call that distinctive competency. And then number 3, do more than you are paid for. You know, don't just go, say it's 5 for. Yes, we know that. We are not looking for those people. So do more than you are paid for. Make it your lifelong ambition that wherever you find yourself, you will work extra. And I was lucky to, my first boss, we used to leave the office at 9 p.m. So do more than you are paid for. And then develop your soft skills. Develop your soft skills. There's only so much that your technical skills can take you. In fact, you are going to climb the corporate ladder mostly through the use of your soft skills. How to communicate, how to dress, how to present yourself well, etiquette, protocol, schmoozing, how to work a room, how to, those are the things that are going to edge you out. You may be the best engineer in the team, but if you don't know how to make a presentation, you'll be there, always smelling engine oil. Whereas your colleagues are in the boardroom making presentations to the board of directors because they are the ones who can talk. They are the ones who can present themselves. And if an opportunity comes to take somebody to Scotland or Norway or something to where your company knows that you will go and disgrace the company. At a cocktail party, you've gone to take wine glass and drinking sobolo inside it. They know that if they take you to Glasgow, you disgrace them, so they don't take you. You eat gobesa. So please, develop your soft skills. I'm sharing with you what I have seen. Yes, true. I'm sharing with you what I have seen and what I have experienced and witnessed. Soft skills. Develop yourself. And this is especially the engineer. You don't like to do soft skills. The engineer, wear 1 jeans, 3 months. Boots. Engineers, they like that. T-shirt. Please develop your soft skills. And then get 1% better every day. We are talking about mechanism. Every day, get 1% better. This is from James Clear. He wrote a book, Atomic Habits. And he said, if you can get 1% better every day, every month you are 30 times better than the average person. It's not my concept. Get 1% better every day as a young person. And that is by learning a new concept, getting another skill you didn't know to, reading something that you didn't know, inquiring, doing some research, talking to an elder or a mentor, somebody who then drops something in you. And so, yes, last week you couldn't do it, but now you can do it. Last week you didn't understand that concept, but this week you understand it. Get 1% better every day. Mechanism. Then the third and final one is mentorship. Mentorship. Michael Ohene Effah says that one of the biggest indicators of your success is your network. Who is mentoring you? Who is coaching you? Who are you learning from? I'm a trainer. I have only 2 certifications in training. And yet I've been training since probably the year 2000. And I did that only because I had mentors who mentored me. I learned from people. And I started using the skill even when I had no formal certificate in training. And so who is your mentor? Have a career mentor. If you won't do anything, just get 2 mentors. One is a career mentor, somebody in your technical field who is going to guide you to climb the corporate ladder. And then the second one is a life mentor, somebody to advise you generally about life. Because the life is not the way you people are seeing it. And you need somebody who will guide you through the maze, the traffic light, do this, do that. So 2, just have 2 mentors. Some will say 4, but just have 2 mentors and learn from them. It is said that when you stand on the shoulders of giants, you see what? Far. So the reverse is true for every phenomenon, isn't it? So if you stand on the shoulders of dwarfs, you won't see anything. So have a mentor. Leave this room with a commitment to have 2 mentors. One technical and the other one a general one. I was very lucky to have a good boss. So in your first job, don't look for good salary. Look for a great boss. Somebody who helped to shape your career for life. My work habits are abnormal because the very first boss that I worked with had an abnormal work habit, and I learned that from him. He would come to the office at 1 p.m. and leave at 7 a.m. That was his work schedule, and I picked that from him. So forever and ever, that's how I work. So please, look for a great boss. Don't look at the salary. And don't make movement because your friends say that this company, they give money and every Friday they give bags of rice. No, don't look for that. Look for a great boss who will coach you and help you to develop professionally. Because the issues that we are talking about here is going to impact you for the next 40 years if you are in your 20s. So it's not a joking matter. That's why the program says find your place. I was interviewing for a job years ago. And when I told them my salary, they looked at each other and they giggled a little bit. And they said, no, I think this is too small. We'll top it up for you. I didn't know my value. And so they topped it up. After 6 months, they called me again and said, we think you are doing too much and we are paying you. They topped it up again. The issue was I didn't know my value. I'm talking about what mentors can do for you. If I had a mentor then, I would have gone to me and said, boss, I'm going for this interview. What do you think I should do? My third job, I used to work for a diplomatic mission. I had an issue with staff. The Deputy High Commissioner called me and gave me a book and said, I'm going to have sessions with you every Friday at 1 p.m. because we close at 1 p.m. on Fridays. He said, Friday, 1 p.m., we are going to have a leadership session. That was one of the best leadership courses I've ever attended. Myself and the deputy in his office, 1 hour every Friday. It changed my paradigm about leadership. Find a mentor. Somebody who will help to guide you and make you realize your life goals. So it is possible, but it's a fight. And you need to fight. You need to have that mindset. You don't need to operate normal because there are 98,000 other people who are looking for the same spot as you. What are you going to do about it? Thank you very much. I hope I've shared one or two, and it will bless you for the rest of the sessions.